Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The headlines for tonight are: At the People's Palace was held this morning a unanimous re-election of the party chairman. And on the international scene, Xi Jinping unanimously re-elected China president. Let's begin with the holding of the 12th Congress of the RPP party. This morning was held at the People's Palace under the chairmanship of His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh and President of the party RPP, the 12th Congress of the RPP, and in the wake celebrated its 39th years anniversaries of its foundation under the theme Djibouti Women Political Leadership Transformational. It should be noted that the 39th years anniversary of the party RPP coincided with the victory of the UMP in the legislative election of Friday, February 23, 2018. Let's recall that it was on March 4, 1939 that the RPP party was set up and created in Dakhil by the father of the nation and founder of the Republic of Djibouti, the late Al-Hajj Hassan Guled Abtidon. Also in his speech, the head of state and president of the party RPP paid a vibrant tribute to the 5 companions and co-founder of the party, including the charismatic Mr. Barkhad Gourad Hamadou, whom he also wished good health and a speedy recovery. He also greeted one of the only survivors present on March 4, 1979 during the creation of the party in Dakhil, Ali Abdi Farah, while wishing him its eternal paradise. To the missing, let us note that the big moment of the 12th Ordinary Congress of the party RPP is the renewable during a show of hands to the President Ismail Omar Guelleh at the head of the party of the popular gathering for the progress for a new term. And upon his arrival, the President Ismail Omar Guelleh was welcomed by the Vice President of the RPP party, Abdul Qadir Kamel Mohammed, as well as the First Lady and President of the National Djiboutian Union Djiboutian Women was welcomed by the Vice President of the party and as well the Secretary General of the party.
aabbaha burhaanta leh nabadda noogu baaqiyo hooyada barbar joogtaba bisaylka siyaasadeed ummadda ku barbaarshi
mucaaradka baalfadhiya maxaafidka baarlamaanka isbeddel la taaban karo marag buuxa bay u tahay.
And after the verses of the Holy Quran, the national anthem as well the anthem of the RPP party, a minute of silence with the Fatiha was observed to the father of the nation, first president of the country and founder of the RPP party, the late Al-Hajj Hassan Guled Abtidon. And after the interpretation of the national anthem and the anthem of the RPP party by the national artist, the audience have paid a vibrant tribute to the Maltese and founder of the RPP party. Therefore, the work of the 12th Congress started as the president of the party, Ismail Omar Gili, the vice president, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, and general secretary took place at the official tribune in front of all the delegates of the RPP united at the People's Palace. This morning, the first vice president, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, took the floor to discuss the latest news of the country. This is the victory, he said, of the UMP party in the parliamentary election of February 23. This victory, he said, the vice president of the RPP party, was largely the result of the strong mobilization of the militants and association of the RPP with the UNFD in winning the fight. In addressing the Congress delegates, the vice president asked if there were any candidates for the post of the president of the RPP. No candidate is presented, and the congressman shouted loudly the name of President Ismail Omar Gili to run for another term of 4 years as president of the RPP party. Unanimously and by acclamation, the delegate elected Ismail Omar Gili president of the Republic of for a term of 4 years, president of the RPP party. The vice president, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, did not miss to thank the congressman for having elected the outgoing president at the head of the RPP party for a whole of 4 years. He expressed his happiness to the work alongside the president to develop the country in all areas with the aim of improving the living condition of its fellow citizens of the country. The head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Gili, has this morning been pointing out the context of Popular Rally Party for Progress. In his speech, he reminded that there has been a long road and many obstacles along the way. Let's listen to the president.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Mes chers compatriotes, chers camarades,
our country is celebrating 40 years and the 39th anniversary of our party. So the history of the party thus merged with the country's independence. On this short story, we needed to build a state with strong institutions, a respected nation, economically liberated, and a united people. The first challenge was to guarantee peace and national unity in a region plagued by conflict. Hence, the instrumental role of the party through the unification of the separatist parties. From a unified party, we had to practice political openness by practicing to amend the constitution by referendum in 1992 with a limitation to 4 parties. The long march towards democratization, which led to an integral multi-party system in 2002. Some colonialists, nostalgic, will claim that democracy in the Western sense is the norm, but we wanted a pastoral democracy in touch with our traditional and values. These values are the most important since we had to build on our own model with regard to our weak resources. Together we decided to build a model of solidarity that leaves no Djiboutian on the side toward the march to development. Better still, these values require us to extend our solidarity, and we share what we had with our brothers in the region who are victims of war conflict. We continue tirelessly to build Djiboutian citizenship. To do this, we needed to build an efficient education system to value the human capital, the key to inclusive economic development.
Pursuing his speech, the President Gili has also reminded that after 39 years, the Popular Ally Party has stuck to its primary objectives, gathering under the national motto, peace, unity, as well as solidarity. More details in his speech.
La longue marche vers la démocratisation.
The year 1999 was the beginning of the modernization of the state and the quest for transformation. Legitimate aspirations like the quest for democracy and the social pact would have been only a reality if our economic developments would have been inclusive and independent. To realize this dream, we have undertaken many reforms, an administration at the service of development and close to the average citizen, new institutions to improve governance, uninhibited diplomacy, more and more active and respected regionally and independently, with diversified relations, an ambitious program for economic transformation with major investments in strategic infrastructure. The question is, what should be the role of our party? Since the last 12 ordinary Congress, the party has not remained on the sideline of this movement toward the construction of a modern state. Important reforms have been adopted during the extraordinary Congress of March the 4th, 2015, with the establishment of a new political approach with the permanent exchange and support, many social work like dressing orphans, distributing food and support courses in the annexes on the national scale, the value and the place of women in the party's body, the establishment of the Progressive Youth League, the revival of the party school, the establishment of thematic commissions, empowerment of the party by valuing its property assets. A party is the driving force of proposal and a laboratory of ideas that inspire politics. My ambition and my vision for the future of the party, I conceived with you to make a political training to listen to the aspirations of our fellow citizens. I want a party that is a major player in the consolidation of the national unity, a key player in the construction of democracy, a party that guarantees our value of unity, peace and equality.
The President has, speaking in Somali, reminded the very first objectives and perspective of the party, and at the same time underlined the Popular Party for Progress has always been working for the betterment of the nation. More from His Excellency the President.
First of all, I thank you for the heavy task that you entrusted to me in leading me back as president of this party. I thank you, dear delegates, for your participation. We'll tell our allies from different parties welcome. I would like to mention here the main objectives and the key perspective of our party guiding the destiny of a whole country, managing an entire nation in terms of peace, stability and unity. Let us desire at every moment to go forward. We would like to remind that we have one common anchor. It is the nation and our shared patriotism. This year themes for the 39th anniversary of our party is the Djiboutian woman, a transformational leadership. Our party today must support women, but not only accept it or allow it to be fully active. As for men, we exhort the Djiboutian women as equal to us in their task and their daily mission, whatever they field they work. As far as development is concerned, we must increase our effort in the economic, social and entrepreneurial field, in the field of mutual aids, supporting the most deprived and the victim of droughts. I learned that today there are 15 specialized doctors in each. I have learned that today there are 15 specialized doctors in our country. In view of the numbers of people in our country, this is a big thing. It is in this spirit that we must evolve. We must manage our affairs without outside interference.
In his speech also, President Guelleh has emphasized the political agenda and a roadmap of the RPP party. He said the party is the craft place of the well-being of the nation and its people.
With respect to the politics of our party in economic matters, the current government policy comes down from our party. It is he who guides the way ahead. The roadmap is drawn under its edges. This is the party that once again laid down the general policy of the country and in all the sectors, educational, economic or social. We would like our country to progress so as to be ranked among the emerging countries. Note that without offending anyone, we will go in the directions of our vital interest, and those who interfere in our national interest, we're ready to block the way in their schemes. There is no better than good understanding and mutual fraternity. Everyone must safeguard his interest. It is important to note that if there is no mutual trust in our potential partners, there is no cooperation possible. There are some who have some thoughts about our destiny, our dear nation. This state of mind cannot be accepted by us. As long as we are sure of ourselves and without reproach, nothing can reach us.
The party Secretary General has at first thanked those who have contributed by far this Congress to take place, the Djiboutian population, the youth. More details in his speech.
Tout le plaisir que j'ai à m'adresser à vous.
I would like to tell you how much pleasure I have in addressing you at the regular meeting of the 12th Congress of our movement, which coincides with the 39th anniversary of our party. It is in a family spirit, a popular and a progressive family, that we will meet to discuss and inquire about party's activities. I sent my greetings to the leaders of the allied members of the UNP parties who honored us with their presence today. I thank the delegates from different distant regions and other communes of the country and the many guests who came, so many, to attend this Congress. Allow me also to congratulate all those who have contributed to the preparation and the organizations of this important meeting to ensure the smooth running of this work. I cannot forget the thousands of activists who are here today and who wanted to show their commitment to the President of the Republic by coming to welcome their leader.
And pursuing its thought, the party Secretary General has exposed the new priority of the party and its roadmap.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, Président du Parti.
39 years in which we have put the strength of our commitments at the service of the nation, of our people, to express themselves through actions to spread the values of our party. 39 years that our political formations improved the living conditions of the Djiboutian population, united in its diversity. As our speaker said, and I quote, more than ever today our party will have to show that we are generations of builders for whom progress is a watchword, for whom progress is a watchword for the gathering of all of those who love passionately their country. I pray the Almighty to help us in our endeavor and extend our best wishes. This 39 years perhaps for our party, full of hope and prosperity, unity and solidarity, will be the roadmap of our future.
The president of the parties PSD as well UPR have expressed on behalf of their respective parties and on behalf of their supporters their unwavering support for the OPP party, and particularly to the president of the party, the President Ismail Marguerite. They expose their pride in working hand in hand with the party RPP throughout the previous years. They both emphasized that this election was held in good conditions. They both highlight the tireless effort of the First Lady and President of the UNFD, Mrs. Khadra Mohamed Haid, in favor of the Djiboutian women. They all congratulate the President who was elected for 4 years and express their support for the coming years. And taking the floor in turn, the presidents of PND as well Food have expressed their satisfaction to take part today at the 12th Congress of the RPP party, and in the week celebrated its 39th years anniversaries of its foundation under the theme Djibouti Women Political Leadership Transformational. Under the chairmanship of President Anglais and President of the party RPP, we recall, they say, that this gathering today was held in good conditions. We renew the pouring out our support to the party RPP, and we will continue, they say, to work hand in hand with the party for the welfare of the nation and support the development of the country. The head of state, Ismail Marguerite, after the ceremony had an interview, said it's once every 4 years this gathering took place once again. He said, I have been entrusted to lead the party. He said there have been new elections made concerning our brothers of Palestine, and finally the president said from now on the women must lead their way in the development of their country.
هو ينتبه كلها جدي دحين وال جديدية decision أما قرار كلنا ويصاب بحين و سيدي عادي قاعد كسبسن تغيير ده قضية فلسطين يو وحي كسبسن
Monsieur le Président, waxaad tirade dumarka horumar baad gaadhisay. Hay wax badan baa ka sugayaan.
Wala diyaar baan nahay. Waka maanta iyagu maanta wixii ka dambeeyay iyagu hawshooda ha qabsadaan. Wax
Following the re-election of President Anglais for a 4-year term as president of the RTD party, the ambassadors of Djibouti in Russia as well Germany, Aden Mohamed Dilleta and Dr. Mohamed Ali Kamil, the prefect of the region of Dakhil, Mohamed Sheikh as well the Tajura Regional Council President, Umar Hussein have all addressed their congratulations messages to the president of the RTD party re-elected for a 4-year term at the 12th Congress, which was held this morning at the People's Palace. And still with the national news in health now, after a busy week of the Turkish surgical caravan, the Ministry of Health organized a trip to relax on the island Musha in favor of the surgeons of the Turkish mission. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jamal Mukiye, personally accompanied his guests of honor this day of relaxation and discovery, for which the ambassador of Turkey, Atinek, was also invited. It should be noted that the maritime transport of Turkish surgeons was done thanks to the logistical support of the Coast Guard. It is for the Ministry of Health to combine business with pleasure by offering Turkish surgeons the opportunity to discover the richness of our tourist heritage. Finally, on the sidelines of this activity, the Ministry of Health, Dr. Jamal Mukiye, also proceeded to this official delivery of a brand new ambulances to Coast Guard Corps. Chief Colonel Wais Omar Bakori, assigned to the health services of the Coast Guard. They granted this ambulance intervenes within the framework of the reinforcement of the coordination as well the improvement of the medical transport at the level of the country. Indeed, this is the 5th ambulances that is granted by the Ministry of Health to the different health services to support the activities of the SMUR by working together to expand the intervention coverage and medical transport throughout the country. And as part of the fight against smuggling in all its form, on March 16, 2018 at 12 o'clock, after information was cross-checked, the Tunjam of the Research and Documentation Section arrested a suspect of Toyota Land Cruiser vehicle with the United Windows on the road to Venice. And during the search conducted on the vehicle, the Tunjam discovered a large batches of alcoholic beverage and 3 individuals, including a woman. This operation led in the discovery and seizure of 4 cartons. 1 carton of alcoholic, the 8 brown, the click and brand of bulk, known in the police fuel, have a window to announce this arrestation. Direction of the Dwan has also informed to access the damage and penalties for these interceptions. And on the international scene, Xi Jinping was re-elected president of China. Let's see it. The re-elected president of China and chairman of the Central Military Committee on Saturday morning, according to the Chinese government control media. So that's it for the news. Thanks for being with us on RTD channel.